And we're back. A little bridge show. Back next week. You know, the feds are listening. He's got to step off, wait for the heat to die down, come back in, feel reset, refurbished, rectified, revived, reincarnated. One of those. And, if you heard about the news yesterday in the markets, a young man who was valedictorian at Columbia prior to starting a hedge fund at 19. Very impressive. He has no experience managing money, creates this sort of, not a hedge fund, I wouldn't call it a hedge fund, a venture capital fund. I'm not sure he was hedged at all. And he went belly up. Allegedly $5 billion net liquidity of the public equities positions that were leveraged 5-to-1, so $25 billion. Wiped out. Citadel comes in. Ken Griffin, head of that, chief investment officer, buys up everything for pennies on the dollar, probably at a discount to the already brutal collapse of the fund. People are asking me, how does this happen? Well, your broker lets you borrow, and then when they think that you're going to be insolvent, so you have your equity, and then the value of your positions that you're borrowing money against go below your equity value. How does that work? Let's say you have $100,000 in a house, and you have a $300,000 mortgage. Now, this doesn't happen with houses, but this is how it would work. You're borrowing $300,000. If the value of the house goes below the mortgage, you're paying interest payments on this, which sucks for you because you're buying negative equity. You're contributing to that principal and paying interest on it. Imagine if the bank could call it back and say, we think this house is going to be worth negative 5x where it is now. That's basically what they were concerned about. They'll take $1 billion loss or a $3 billion loss versus a $50 billion loss. So Goldman Sachs called them, I think that was their prime broker, and said, listen, you got to sell this shit. And he was, I think, for a while trying to sell. And when you have those positions, you can't there's not many people. The word gets out, It's like fire sale and margin call. Word gets out. Who's the counterparty? Not a lot of people can handle that type of size. But I think he'll get money again. He's a smart guy. I have a thing with IKBR where I have a concentrated position on margin, and they're limiting my they want me to sell some of it, and it's up so much I don't want to sell. Bausch Health, how about that? Bausch Health, how about that? Good days. God, what is it up? A lot. Let's see. It's almost at 7 last time I checked. Trump is trying to get the... Yeah, close. Trump is trying to get the Gaza deal done, the ceasefire. Hamas gives up their weapons in exchange. This is designed to get Saudi Arabia to join the Abraham Accords, I think. I think all the fluster bus, or the condemnation by Israel is fake. This is, once Saudi Arabia is on board, then, you can sign some sort of negotiation with them related to Iran, and it kind of unifies them, but with this pretense that everyone's still unhappy. But Iran runs this shit. I'm doing kind of a run through in a bridge because I have to get to the airport. Iran runs this shit. Nothing you can do about it. They're the alpha and the omega. They really are. The islands, there's three or four of them, maybe 5 in the Strait of Hormuz. Nothing you can do about that. You take the islands, tons of soldiers will die. Thousands, hundreds of soldiers will die. To do what? To reopen it, and then what? Create a lasting facility of these pods of battalions ready to do a ground invasion, which would just... Oh, no. Oh, no. Hold on. Let me turn that off. That's my turn off. Hold on. Cool. Yeah, it's my I'm adding. No, I said end it. Stop watcher. Okay, well, let's see if it stops. It's using a bunch of quantitative program papers and taking some of the elements of that for trading intraday, and I'm running it. And it's giving me signals, and I backtest it. That's what we're doing. So I was watching it a little bit, and we're seeing how that works. I don't know. Find the best one, optimize. Really becomes down to sizing. We learned that yesterday. Sizing is everything. For small little moves, you want to have, a small percentage of your portfolio. Some people get into this problem when they scalp and they first learn to trade or learn of trading. They don't learn anything. They learn of it and they try it. They take huge positions. They have $1 million account, let's say. They take a $250,000 position on a scalp to make a few cents and get that, oh, I just made $1,200 in like a second. When it moves against you, they don't have the stop loss capability, and they're not aware of how bad it can get. And then they take that, well, that's just my long position now. They'll say, oh, those are just like positions when they're wrong. Then you lose all your equity in your account, you're in margin, and it's just a nightmare because you can't play that game anymore. So, yeah, it's a tough one, but we're working it out. Sizing will be important, and then also discrete time sequences versus continuous time sequences. In terms of you do X at one point in time, and like a hidden Markov model would be everything up until that point. What would be the next, presumption? Okay, then how would you string that into like a forward-looking curve of an asymptote of hypotheticals that go off into different directions, and then put like heuristics on each one for the next trading cycle, like for the next week, the next few days? Swing trading, short-term trades that involve not intraday scalps, but like something more elegant. And the problem is that like normal multi-factor arbitrage or multi-factor analysis creates a R squared that's lower. So the more variables you add, the more noise you have. My friend says they're ready. They're taking me to the airport. They want to take me. So yeah, that's crazy. There was a girl that Clav's hanging out with that I know. It was on his show recently. She's from Austin, Texas. I've taken this Cefaxin. I don't know. It makes me feel kind of weird. I don't know whether to take it before I get on the plane or do it in LA. I don't know whether to take it at all. It kind of makes me feel a little off. Sometimes it makes me feel good. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't know what to do. I started it, and I don't even have enough to really do the cycle. So it's kind of scary. I don't want to have like a psychotic episode. What are the neurological things that can happen? Neurological side effects. Cefaxin. Yeah. Oh. No, I'm thinking like panic attacks. I've heard someone say they had panic attacks. I don't want that. I don't need that. So hot. So hot in here. Oh my God, she's downstairs already. Well, I should go. I got to go to the airport. All right, guys. Love you. Have a great weekend. Sorry for this abridged hello.